Hi guys, and welcome back to this channel. This is Chat with Lulu, and you're welcome to the final episode on this mental health series. I would like to say a very big thank you. Thank you. I'd like to say a very big thank you to everyone. I've seen the comments, I've seen the likes. I love the fact that it was educative and it was informative and you learned a lot, and that was the aim of this series, and I'm really grateful that the aim was met. So thank you guys. And today on this final episode, we're talking about a very juicy topic. Trust me, tables are going to be shaken, but we thank God because we know we will not live here the same way. Hallelujah. So today's topic is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. And as you know, I'm not going to talk about it alone. I have my beloved beauty, brains and talent in one. Please introduce yourself to my channel.
Hello everyone, my name is Modupe and Shabe. You can call me Modupe. So I'm a medical student. What else do I do? I like to cook, I like to clean, I braid hair for people. I'm busy. I think that's just all.
I'm sure there's more. She makes chin. But alright, yeah. So we're going to talk about emotional intelligence. So stay tuned. Be open-minded because you're going to receive a lot of information, a lot of bad boosts too, but trust me, it's for the good. So now, Dupe, what is emotional intelligence?
Okay, so emotional intelligence, I'll give you just two definitions, but let's start with the layman definition. So emotional intelligence is the ability to know your emotions, understand your emotions, and manage your emotions. But now let's go to the not so complicated definition. So it's the ability to use, manage, understand your emotions in a positive way. First of all, to relieve stress, to effectively communicate with other people, to empathize with others, and also to overcome challenges of life.
So Dupe, what are the pillars of emotional intelligence? Like, what is it really all about?
Okay, so for emotional intelligence, you have 5 pillars. So the first one is self-awareness, then you have self-regulation, then you have empathy, you have social skills, and you also have motivation.
So could you explain them?
Okay, so from the first one, self-awareness. So self, that is that place of you knowing yourself. And we are in this age of humanism where people are like me, myself, and I take care of you. But you hear those things so much and you find out that people are taking care of themselves, but they don't really know themselves. So self-awareness brings you to that place where you know who you are. So you're able to determine that, okay, somebody said something wrong to you. You know when you are angry. You know when you are joyful. You know those emotions that we all feel. You know when you are sad. And it's not somebody telling you, you are aware of it yourself. It's good people tell you, because sometimes people tell you you're angry and you're like, no, I'm not angry. But they can see your eyes very red, you are shaking, but you're like, I'm not hungry. But they're telling you that, Modupe, you are hungry, but you're still arguing. That means you're not self-aware. So it's just about you knowing yourself in every situation you find yourself, and how you are feeling. It's about you being in tune with your emotions.
It's self-regulation.
Okay, now, self-regulation, so if you understand yourself, if you know yourself, you are able to now regulate or manage yourself. So for somebody that, let's use money as an example. A lot of people say, oh, they know money, but can they really manage money? So the same way it is as a human being, when you are aware of yourself, that's the first step. Then the second step is you being able to manage your emotion. So we use the example of maybe you are being angry with somebody. You being able to manage that emotion of anger and not feeling like, okay, I'm angry with somebody, and not using it in a negative way. When you understand that, okay, anger is an emotion that it doesn't last for so long, but it can make or mar you because you can do something terrible with that anger. So, but if you're able to manage that particular emotion at that moment, you can use it maybe in a positive way if you understand it. So, self-management or in the Bible is self-control, right? Fruit of the Spirit. So now, let me just debunk this. So when people are saying that the Bible has got nothing to do with emotional intelligence, that's the big lie. Because the fruit of the Spirit, self-control, is actually part of emotional intelligence. So the point is this: you know yourself and you have self-control over every emotion you go through. So there are times that people are happy, they are excited. That's a very good emotion. But excitement can lead you to start taking drugs, can lead you to drive your car anyhow and have an accident. But if you're able to manage the excitement you feel, the joy you feel, the anger you feel, you're able to drive it into
positive direction.
Thank you. That's what, in the right direction. Empathy. A lot of times we mix this up with sympathy, right? And I think I've been very guilty of this. You're like, oh, I'm sorry. I really understand how you feel. And you've never been in that person's shoes before. It's so wrong to say I understand how you feel because you have never been in their shoes. Maybe somebody lost their dad and your parents are still here. You can't know how they feel.
You can't understand.
You can't even understand. Thank you. That's what you can't know. You can't understand. But what empathy does is you putting yourself in that person's shoes. So if you understand your emotions, you learn to manage your emotions. So somebody told you that I just lost my dad. You step back and say, okay, so if I lose my dad, how will I feel in this situation? So you see your friend crying, she's not eating, she's not talking to anyone. Then you say, okay, well, that's how she deals with it. But how will I feel? And if you feel like most likely I will be in the same situation, your reaction towards your friend is going to be different compared to saying, hey, yeah, I'm sorry, God will take care of you. That's like more like sympathy. You're not putting yourself in that person's shoes. You're just saying the usual words. Sometimes we even Google condolence messages and maybe type and send to that person. But if we take a step back and think, if I'm in this situation, how will I feel? Most likely you are going to be able to empathize with that person because now you are putting yourself in that person's shoes.
And it's beyond the words. I'm trying to say that it's beyond words. It's beyond just I'm sorry. It's beyond what you're saying, your action, the things you do and stuff.
Because when you even put yourself in that person's shoes, your emotions are getting involved. I think sometimes somebody told me something and I decided to think really deep about it. I wanted to start crying because I could not imagine myself being in that situation. I was like, wow, like I wanted to start crying. But I know if I didn't take a step forward, I was just like, don't worry, it happens, stuff like that. So those are things that we have to do if we want our, if we want to be, what's the
emotional
intelligence. So social skills. Social skills are basic life skills that we all have to learn because you deal with people everywhere you go. If you are working, you have people, maybe customers, or even relationships at work, and also relationships, whether school, whether the marriage relationship or courtship, whatever it is. So social skills can be communication skills, the ability to be able to, speak cautiously to people. Is that simple? The ability, like somebody smiles at you and you smile back, not just somebody smile, like the social smile. We say, oh, babies have social smile now, right? But like sometimes people smile at you and you're looking at them like,
why are you smiling?
Why are you smiling? Do I know you? And sometimes it happens on the street that somebody just sees you and smiles and you're like, now the next thing you should do is this person smiles, just smile back, even though you don't know the person. So those are the little social skills. Like I remember one day in the bank in Nigeria, I was going to the bank. I can't remember what happened that day. I was just boom, and this smile. I don't really smile. I know the woke generation will say, oh, that was their business. You don't know what happened to me. Blah blah blah. But that day, what that man said to me made me more conscious, and I was like, really, I don't actually smile. You get, but somebody else will take it another way. So those are the little things. I could have just said, oh, thank you. I just said thank you, sir, and I just walked. Maybe that was too body, but
you should
it ends like, okay, now I need to, know what's up, like with my face, because sometimes they're just boning. You don't even know that you are boning at all. So those are the little things: communication, your facial expression, the ability to be able to relate with other people wherever you find yourself. Motivation. From the word motivation, today we have plenty of motivational speakers, motivational videos that it's just something that it can be internal and it can also be external. So you see some people that they are not, don't let me use the word naturally motivated, but their motivation comes from inward, and that comes from the beginning, self-awareness, right? We start from there. Because sometimes when your motivation is something that just boosts your morale, that there might be challenges, there might be things you are going through, but you still decide to keep going. It's not like everything is rosy around you. It's possible you even cried, There are days that you are not motivated to go to the hospital, you just want to sleep, or you're like, I have a lot to do. I pay school fees for this is a lot of money. You still stand up, right, and go either ways. But sometimes you have to, both are good, internal and external, but make sure that internal is stronger, because sometimes when you expect motivation from outside, it doesn't come. You get the other thing. So if you are motivated internally and external comes, that's a good package for you. But if you don't even have external motivation, you need to build internal motivation, and that can really happen when you are self-aware, you know how to manage your emotions. So those two things are very important.
Woo! That was a lot. That was a lot, girl.
Yeah, I know I look good. Yeah, I look fly.